Hello and welcome back to Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. We're going to make smoked salmon Scotched eggs. So there was the recipe. They look like that. And yeah, if you want to know how to make them, stay tuned. So you can see the ingredients there on a board. I'm using a mixture of fresh and smoked salmon. And those crumbs I'm using, those are Poppyseed biscuits that I've blitzed up to fine dust. This is the part that I wish I hadn't done. So, not the lemon zest. The lemon zest is lovely. It gives a really nice citrusy flavour. But if ever I make this again, I will not use the juice. That's a recipe I found somewhere. I can't remember where anyway. So my advice to you is don't do this bit. Do the bit I just did before that, the zesting, not the juice. I bought some salmon, a packet of salmon of bits. I was seeing if I could save a bit of money there. And it makes it a bit more tricky, but either way, whatever weight you're making, I think it's fine to buy the piece like that. I just thought I'd show you how to get the skin off. If you're not sure, the knife would run along the bottom, keep it angled ever so slightly down, move it along, even pull the skin towards you. It's quite a simple technique, nothing to be afraid of. And if you get it a bit wrong and you lose a little bit of fish, it's only a few pence. Don't get stressed about it. I dice it up into like inch or so dice pieces, and I pop those in the freezer for about 10 or 15 minutes to get really, really cold. It makes it easier to work with. Boiling eggs. You might be thinking, what on earth is Uncle Matt up to there? The reason I do that is because I don't like dropping raw eggs into the water, because if they hit the bottom a bit hard, they crack and the egg white leaks out. So I pour boiling water over them. See? Sometimes there's a method to my madness. I struggled getting the lid on the food processor there, but we got there in the end. So I'd give that about 20-30 seconds blitzing. You're not looking to make a fine paste. It's more like, think sausage meat, that sort of consistency. And then I threw in the smoked salmon. I thought the smoked salmon's a bit oily. I didn't want to blend it too long with the fresh salmon just in case it split. I stand by my decision. Again, everything nice and cold. I even put the base in the fridge and the blade in the freezer for a little while. Reduce any opportunity for this to split with the oiliness. So there's the mistake. Shouldn't have put the liquid in. Shouldn't have put that lemon juice. It made the mixture quite hard to work with. But I put parsley. You could put dill in there. Salt and pepper. You do it to your taste. But really not too much blending. That in total less than a minute blending that. That is me showing you what I like to do the egg. So once the egg is boiled, I put them in cold water, but then I like to give them a crack, roll them around and put them back in the cold water, because the cold water seeps underneath those cracks. It makes it easier to peel. Like, I'm not finding it easy to peel here, but it will get there. Sometimes when you peel a really fresh egg, some of the egg white comes off with the shell. Okay, that's a sign of being a nice fresh egg, but it's a bit of a pain in the backside. Anyway, that's why I roll them around. Makes it easier to peel. Okay, let's make them. My rule of thumb here is whatever filling, whether it be sausage or in this case fish, whatever filling I'm putting around the egg, I want it to be about the same size as the egg. So if you use that rule, that's fine. I use the palm of my hand to flatten it out, place the egg in, and remember these are only 6-minute eggs, so they are very, very soft and delicate. And in fact, if you want to go a bit further, you could easily get away with a 7 or 7.5 minute egg, and I think you still have a reasonably soft centered egg after it's been cooked. But you can see me forming the mixture around. Sorry about that, the camera there. I had my daughter with me, and I think as we were chatting, she was kicking the tripod. It's the only footage I've got of me doing this. But it was her birthday, and we're making this for her because it was her 17th birthday, and she's just become a pescatarian. Hey, sweetie, if you're watching, happy birthday. Bit of a nice picnic, so that's what these were for. So the panne, crumbing, is flour, then egg, then crumb. In this case, biscuit crumb, not breadcrumbs. Pancos are good, but I think for this I wanted something very, very fine. And that's why I used the biscuit. It's nice. I use a slotted spoon. I don't know why more chefs don't do this. They have a dry hand and a wet hand. I don't get it. Just don't bother getting a wet hand at all. Keep both hands dry and let the spoon get wet. I may come across as a bit of an idiot sometimes, I'm aware of that, but every now and again, stroke of genius. So, double crumbing. I think it's important for this. So, once you've gone in the crumb, back into the egg, and then back into the crumb, and that's it. Just try not to lose count. I'm continually losing count, and I stop and I go, how many times have I done it? So there we go, that's one view of crumbing the egg. And we'll run through it one more time just in case you didn't get that. I've got to thank my daughter here for the camera shots. We were doing something a bit more arty. I think it looks really cool. Flour, egg, then crumb. Simples. Once you've done this, also another recommended tip would be pop those eggs back in the fridge or even the freezer for maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes maximum, just to get nice and firm before they go in the deep fat fryer. I don't have a deep fat fryer, I'm using a saucepan with oil in it, but you know what I mean. So there we go, eggs done. Oil, 180 degrees up to about 190 degrees. Get a thermometer, test it. If you don't have one, is it going to fizz when it goes in? It's probably hot enough. Adjust it. If it looks like it's going to boil over, turn it off and get out of the house. Have a fire blanket nearby. If you are deep frying like this, just please be careful. Be very, very careful. Make sure there is room for the liquid level to rise, the oil level to rise, so it doesn't boil over. And there we go. Those have had 6 minutes as well. Get them out, put them on a bit of paper. You can serve these almost immediately if you like. You can let them cool down so they're warm, room temperature. These were for a picnic, so we actually had these the next day. So the next shot you're going to see is the next day. Here we are, in the morning. So that is a cold Scotched salmon egg. This is always the moment you think, I want the egg yolk to be just soft and a bit gooey, maybe a bit runny. I don't want it to be all black around the outside, but I don't want it to be too liquid and the egg to be cooked. We're there. I think I would have rather had another 30 seconds or even a minute in the water for that egg yolk to be a little bit firmer. Overall, I'm very happy with those. So thank you very much for watching Uncle Matt's Cookery Lessons. This was a quick one. If you want to give this one a go, any questions you got for me, don't be shy. And I just appreciate you watching my videos and continuing to do so. So, as usual, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, questions, share it, all of that stuff. And here we're going to have a little taste. So we go. A little bit of black pepper and obviously some salt. And I was having this for breakfast, by the way. So we're going to go, is it nice? The egg white's definitely cooked, so I'm happy with that. The egg yolk is lovely and runny. All looking very good so far. A little bit too lemony. And that is, if you're an Englishman like me, you can have mayonnaise, you can have tartar sauce and all that sort of stuff. But what we're really talking about here is salad cream. That is the business. I think I might do some for a video sometime soon. But that's it. Anyway, this one's over. Thank you ever so much. See you soon. Bye.